made it back.
Back in 2017, Paul was moving from Massachusetts to Arizona. During a pit stop near Oklahoma City, his miniature pinscher Damien got spooked, slipped off his leash, and vanished.
All right, yeah, here we go. Here we go. We're back with another broken record. I gotta spin that record back one more time. Socialize, desensitize, socialize, desensitize, socialize, desensitize, socialize, desensitize. You have to socialize your dogs. You gotta bring them out into the world so your dog is not scared of the world. You gotta let them hear sounds. You gotta let them see different things. So when they see it, they don't do what this dog right here did. This dog was so scared, he ran away, and this guy didn't see him for 8 years. All right? I'm not even going to tell you guys any more about this story. Let's just dive right into it, and I'll give you my thoughts and opinions after.
It was a reunion 8 years in the making, and for Paul Gilbo and his pup Damien, it was as if time stood still.
You made it back.
Back in 2017, Paul was moving from Massachusetts to Arizona. During a pit stop near Oklahoma City, his miniature pinscher Damien got spooked, slipped off his leash, and vanished.
We searched up until it got dark enough to where my dad forced us to stop searching. But we stayed for another week. I think it was a little more than a week. But again, my dad's like, we have to continue on. We were renting a U-Haul.
Still, Paul never gave up hope. For years, he posted on social media, clinging to the slim chance that Damien might one day come home.
Even in the darkest moments, you just never give up hope.
2 weeks ago, that hope turned into reality. Paul was driving to California with a car full of clothes for wildfire survivors when his phone started ringing from an unknown number.
They left a message, and my Apple Watch sent it through as a preview. Your dog Damien has been found. And I'm like, oh my God, this has to be a scam.
But it wasn't. Damien had been found by Donna Bentley, a woman in Oklahoma who nearly hit him as he darted across the road.
He came to me when I picked him up. He was screaming and tried to bite me, but I wasn't going to put him down and let him get run over.
Despite his rough appearance, Damien seemed healthy. Donna's brother, Rick, decided to take him to the vet where a simple question would change everything.
A bell went off in his head and said, "Can you scan this little guy for a chip?"
Sure enough, Paul's information popped up. He quickly changed course from LA to OKC, arriving 14 hours later for a moment of pure joy when Damien recognized him immediately.
They say unconditional love. There it is.
While their bond remained, there were signs the years had passed.
Not until when I got in front of him did I realize how much of an old man he had become.
But thanks to two strangers and a little luck, Paul and Damien aren't wasting any time.
Hey, and that's the end of that right there. Look, I really do believe that this right here should hit home for a lot of people. This is why I'm actually even making a video. You could be this guy. You and your dog, y'all could be this guy and his dog. Your dog could get so scared, they run away and don't even look back, and they leave you. Like, we don't know what spooked this dog. He just said, he got spooked and slipped out the leash. We don't know what kind of leash he had on. He could have had a harness, because dogs slip out of that all the time. But also the collar he has on right now, it just looks like it's kind of big anyway. So the dog's little head could just slide out of that. But you definitely want to make sure your dog is secure. But back to the point I'm making, if your dog gets really, really scared, these are the things they do. They'll just dart off. So the fact that his dog slipped out and he couldn't even chase the dog and find the dog is crazy. Like, that means the dog didn't even want to turn around. He was so spooked, I don't even want to go back there. And he ain't seen his dog for 8 years. But I train dogs. This is what I do. Now, a lot of people's dogs are coming in like this. They coming in spooked. So when I take them out into the world, and it's, we just got to go for walks, or we're just going to dog-friendly stores, they really are freaking out. I've had dogs go to the bathroom on themselves. I've had dogs just shake, for a very long time. And it takes time to get your dog out of that mind state. All right. So when you're for me, when I'm trying to train a dog, and then I got to deal with this as well, it's a lot to do, especially when dogs come in here for board and train. It's a lot. And this is why I tell people, once again, I'm not trying to sound like a broken record, but you gotta socialize, desensitize. You have to. Because if you don't, then your dog is gonna live with this state of anxiety, and then you're trying to work the dog, like train them. Let's just say you try to tell your dog sit, try to tell your dog down. They're probably not even gonna hear you because they're too busy trying to process what's going on. All right. But back to this guy. If his dog wasn't chipped, this story would have never even came out. There would have just been another guy who lost a dog just out there, just lost it. The dog ran away, got scared, lost it. But this video popped up on my desk, so I had to share it with you guys, just so you know how important it is to really socialize your dog from a young age. Even if you adopt a dog, socialize them, take them out. All right, that's what socializing is. It's just taking your dog outside into the world and letting your dog be able to hear new sounds, see things, because your dog could be scared of a motorcycle. You want to make sure you're taking that dog outside a lot, so when he hears exhaust pipes and motorcycles and bus sounds, it's like, okay, it's becoming normal to the dog. All right, so that's socializing and still desensitizing, because you're trying to desensitize him to that sound. And you got some dogs who are scared of like big objects. I remember I was working with a dog who was scared of lawnmowers. Right, so you want to make sure he gets around those things and he's not freaking out. Because imagine your dog being scared of a lawnmower, slips out of his leash, and you don't see that dog for 8 years. These things really happen out there. All right, so take this stuff serious, guys. If you get a dog, especially y'all are investing in your dogs. A lot of you guys are treating your dogs like babies, which I don't agree with. But you're treating your dogs like babies and spending all this money on them. You know, you probably bought your dog, so you spent money purchasing the dog. And then you're not really doing the work that the dog needs to have a healthy life. Kind of just like, look at this standstill clip. This guy's already ready to pick the dog up all day. He did the whole clip. The dog in his arm, the dog on the bench with him. They put a tennis ball on the ground. I don't know if you guys saw. The dog looked at it like, get this thing out of here. He ain't even go bite it or anything. This dog is not really dogging. And a lot of people are doing that now. Like, they're really humanizing their dogs. But, it all has to do with this too. You can't just keep showering your dog with all these gifts and freedom and giving them all types of treats and clothing, but then you're not putting in that mental stimulation time with them. And now your dog is just out there in the world freaking out. Don't want to go to the vet, can't get groomed, scared of people, reacting, biting. All of the things that you just do not want your dog to really do, they're doing. But that's it, guys. I would love to hear y'all thoughts in the comments. Don't be this. So a lot of the stuff I said, try to take a little serious and don't be this. And if your dog is on the waiting list to get trained by me, please make sure you just take that dog out. Once again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but you got to socialize, desensitize. Socialize, desensitize. Socialize, desensitize. You got to do it. You got to do it. All right. So like I said, I'd love to hear y'all thoughts. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you're new. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. DJ K9. Love y'all.